Netanyahu! Please take these liberal white women away from us! They will be the best citizens that you could ever have! Please! They are in the schools, they're in the universities. Take them away from us! For the love of God, please! Oh, okay, now that the big Yahoo has been summoned, we've got that out of the way. I wanted to talk about the worst phenotype in the entire fucking world. Liberal white women. Holy shit, if you have ever interacted with these type of people, you know exactly what I'm going to talk about. But I'm going to break this down into two very specific sub-phenotypes that you could find out in the wild. Alright? You have the first phenotype, the original liberal phenotype, the original liberal white women phenotype, excuse me. That is the Karen. They are the type of people, holy fuck, they're the type of people that will bitch at you for absolutely nothing. They're the type of women that want to go on a power trip and bitch and complain to get whatever they want. And more often than not, I almost said calculate, people cooperate because they don't want to hear them bitch and complain and moan and call their manager and all that stupid bullshit, right? That we know the Karens like to do. Oh, and the second phenotype, right, which is the one that has, I believe, gravitated so many men to the left. And this other sub-phenotype of the liberal white woman is the very sexy, crazy, sometimes very sweet and endearing liberal white woman. Now, as I said, sometimes they can be very sweet and endearing, but these are creatures of entirely emotional thought. They have no logical reasoning, and they cannot form genuine thoughts of their own. And as a result of this, they are empaths. Through and through, they cannot use their brain to do anything other than believe the first thing they hear about things that they hate. And they are very good at this. And this is one of the main reasons why I believe there are so many men or boys on the left. It's because they want to grift in order to get these, honestly, pretty sexy liberal women. Now, I really believe this is a huge deficit for society because we know what they do. We know what these liberal white women have done to our society. I apologize if this is super noisy and loud and the camera's shaking. I got hit by a fucking box truck a couple months ago when I came home from deployment for a funeral. That was a crazy weekend. All things considered, beautiful funeral. And then right after the funeral, we went to the local bar and grill for a little celebration. My uncle's walking down the street, gets hit by a fucking car. I'm like, Mike, you couldn't have waited at least one day after the fucking funeral to get hit by a car. Making our day a lot worse. Thank you. He's fine. He's totally fine. And then right after that, on the way back to Bloomington, I got slammed by a fucking box truck. And now there's a hole inside of my door. You can see it's kind of open here. It was an interesting time. But anyway, back to liberal white women. Holy fuck. I work in a public school system, in a charter school, and let me tell you, I am never, ever, ever going to send my child to a public school system when the time arrives when I finally have a family. Because, as I said, as I pleaded to the big Yahoo, they are in our schools. They are in the universities. But you know, in order to get to the schools, they got to go to the universities, right? And holy shit. Thank the gods that in general, liberal white women are fucking stupid. Because I was in some hard STEM classes. Thank goodness they can't do physics to save their lives. Because I would have hated college if that was the case. Because for some reason, they always have to make themselves known. They can never stop grifting. They can never stop trying to implement their morals, if you want to even call them that, wherever they go. If you guys know anything about Indiana University, I'm so sorry it's so shaky. If you guys know anything about Indiana University, specifically in Bloomington, you will know that it's an extremely riddled with liberals. And, you know, I'm not going to be upset at you for whatever you believe in, but holy fuck, man. I had a lot of liberal friends at that university for the sake of the demographic, you know what I mean? And I don't really give a fuck what you believe politically, but I have since lost a lot of friends now that I'm much more open about my own political beliefs, right? But even at the time, when I had my liberal friends, my liberal white women friends, they would all the time be saying some crazy shit that this guy, he's gotta go. And I'm like, why? Because of what he believes in. He wants to get these people out of here. He wants to do this. He wants to get rid of trans rights. Whatever. Stupid bullshit like that, right? You know, the common talking points that they have. And they're just talking straight up that people need to die for what they believe in. And I'm like, dog, that's what I believe in. What do you mean? Would you want me to die? Of course, never brought that up because at the time, I was just trying to get through fucking quantum mechanics and organic chemistry. I'm not about to try to deal with all the extra added bullshit like that, right? And, yeah, at the moment I went through all of that and never once thought about, like, leaving them as a friend. Maybe I should have. I don't know. I did enjoy them as people. But the moment that I started kind of speaking out, the whole Charlie Kirk shit happened. Rest in peace, my man. All that shit happened. And once I started speaking out about things, immediately all of them left. And all of them stopped talking to me. All of them still have not talked to me unless I happen to see them in person. And it's like, I don't understand. We all know that these people cannot have like a genuine conversation of anything of moral substance, right? They can't. They can't do anything with logic. Why is this? If you're a liberal white woman, please let me know in the comments what goes on in your brain. Because I'm sitting here and I've been trying to pick this apart for years, and honestly I feel like I do understand you guys pretty well. The empathy behind your nose ring, the empathy behind your nose rings, tells me a lot about who you care, right? I don't think so. I really don't. Because if you use your brain and your heart, then you would not have the stupid fucking ideologies that you have, right? There are so many socialists, or maybe play socialists in America.
In 2 miles, take exit 116 for Tap Road.
Thank you, Google. There's so many play socialists in America that have they even ever thought about the ideology? Have they ever even thought about what the fuck socialism is? How can you have a heart and a brain and think that socialism is okay and it would work? Because everywhere throughout history, socialism ends up becoming communism, right? And no one likes being under a socialist government. Who wants to have their private property stripped away from them and infinite taxes? These are the kind of things that liberal white women want. And then if you brought them to a country, if Netanyahu, please bring them to your country or take them somewhere else, they wouldn't like it. Like the shit that's going on in the UK. Wow, my door really is fucked up. The shit that's going on in the UK. I heard I think I'll have to make a video about this specifically. But if I hear you say that, oh, Pakistani rape gangs, they're okay.
At the next light, turn left.
Because white people do them too. White people have rape gangs. Shut the fuck up. If I ever hear you say something like that, then sure, I'm still going to treat you well. You know what I mean? But I'm never going to take anything seriously that you say
At the
ever
light,
again.
turn left onto
Until
Indiana 45
somehow,
North.
Unless somehow you have showed me that you're a reformed human being and you can use your fucking brain. But yeah, guys, these liberal white women have fucked the Western society up so bad that I don't know what we need to do in order to recover. Like, what can we do? Actually, I do have a good idea. And I really think this is what's going to happen. I think that all of these liberal white women, they're not going to have any children that last beyond the womb, right? Because all of them want to have fucking abortions. None of them are going to have children. And maybe this is like the last true generation of liberal white women. You know what I mean? I think this is what's going to happen. They won't have babies. And the people that do care about family, the people that do have these values of bringing something into the world and caring for it and not fucking murdering it, they're going to have babies. And they're probably going to have, hopefully, a lot of babies. I hope that all those people that love family and real grounded values, I hope they have lots of babies. And I hope we support the people that have those babies, because they don't. They absolutely do not. And that will hopefully be the thing that cuts the cord on liberal white women. Because we know that the Karens, their generation, they're getting old. They're getting old, man. And then the young, sexy, liberal white women, they're just not going to procreate, man. And if they do, we know what they're going to do to the babies. They do it all the time. I think that's so insane that there have been more abortions, more deaths through abortions than there have been in like all the world wars. Isn't that fucking insane? And this is the result of liberal white women. So fucked up, man. But anyway, that's pretty much all I had to say. Liberal white women are crazy. I would like to hear your guys' thoughts on liberal white women. What are your experiences with this phenotype of people? Now, let me know the specific interactions between, the Karens and then the sexy. Actually, you know what? Maybe there's three sub-phenotypes, because there's the sexy young liberal white women, and then there's the really ugly ones that are fat as fuck, really stupid, extremely bitchy, cannot take anything with any sort of logic, and want to impose everything on you. And honestly, a lot of them think they're extremely confident when they probably should not be. Yeah, let me know, guys. I'm curious. This is probably, I'm gonna take the channel a little bit more into this direction, and hopefully you guys have a good time with it. These car talks, this stuff like this. I will also make more serious videos sprinkled in there as well. Maybe some educational stuff as well, because I like teaching. But yeah, man, or guys, let me know what you think. Have a wonderful day. It's a good one. See you.